So, come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. My name is Christopher, and today we're going to knock out the Tuesday grid. You know what? This is a really fabulous little grid. It's called a Sommerlust, and it's a Domina Trocken from 2021. And if you can ever get your hands on one, and you like a dry red table wine, this is a good one. Yes. Perfect balance. Nice. I mean, full body too, but just a nice clean aftertaste. Just wonderful stuff. So, why don't we hop into our grid, see what we got for the day. See what we are messing around with today. And we're going to start out with a trunk appendage. And I'm going to start out with one more sip. An appendage to a trunk. Oh, I don't know. Think of maybe a lock, maybe a limb, maybe a hasp. Who knows? Arachnids octet. Well, we know spiders have 8 legs, so I think they got a lot more eyes than 8, but I'm not quite sure. This camera type pops up all the time. That's that SLR. Let's see. Is this a B? Accessory for a flapper costume. Well, is this an O? Yeah, that is an O. I think that's Echo. They sell them all over the place here in Europe. So I'm going to go with a limb on this one because I just figured this is a boa, not a buzz, but a boa. Popular breakfast, fast food breakfast sandwich. Crazy for. Okay, this looks like maybe Gaga about. Red alcohol in a spritz. I think this is, they're looking for Aperol here, but I would think that more of an orange. Dracula's alternate form, perhaps when he is a bat. And see this G here from the Gaga about. I think this is the McGriddle. I had one years ago, and that was a really good breakfast sandwich. Title role for Lee Marvin in a 1962 Western. Wow. That's unusual, but I think this is Liberty Valance. Fan of the movie, fan of Lee Marvin. End of the Earth, maybe a pole. Sticky. Please don't tell me that's going to be gluey. Schleps. Lugs. Yeah, that's probably gluey. Oh, gluey. Really? Has anybody watching ever said that's kind of gluey? If you have, I'd like to know. Just because then I'd be like, oh, well, okay. Touche, right? Oh, great. This just reminds me of yesterday when we had the set marathon, right? Every other word was set. It was crazy. So we're getting another one today. Maybe we'll limit ourselves to just one, though. Maybe. Up to the task for maybe able. So grinds away, labors, and what do we got over here? Trees that produce moth-repelling oil. The cedars. I told you so. Looks like it could be. I called it. Increase, maybe add to, sends packing, maybe cans. Goose egg, nil, got it. So pedometer unit is a step. Unfortunate neighbor of Mount Vesuvius. Yes, I do believe this might be Pompeii that they're asking about. Word with history or exam. Looks to be oral. And maraca. Maybe a rattle? I don't know. Meteorological description in a Beatles song. And marmalade skies. I think that's marmalade skies. And this it's a must on the check on this one here. plasticine porters and looking glass ties. Yeah, I kind of am a big fan of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Deadly African Snake, I think, is a mamba. Proul, who wrote Brokeback Mountain. Yes, and she also wrote Shipping News, which I thought both were fabulously written. Festoon, to adorn. Oven setting that can be high or low. I'm really not quite sure on that. I don't really use this feature much, but I think we're looking for a broil. And yeah, I think we're looking at a rattle. Okay, so like my wife would tell me, if you think it, just put it in because you're almost always right the first time. Yes, dear. Rambled, ran on. Okay, and changes with the times, say, maybe adapts. Range that separates Europe and Asia. This is the Urals, I think. Yeah, I've been there, but I'm always wondering if there's an arrow range. And gets seriously fortunate. Get seriously fortunate. Well, we got, so we got 7 letters. Let's try maybe luck out. And then see what we've got. Train line between Boston and DC, and that's the Acela. Bring up. Jamaican music genre is ska. And sun blocker may be a visor. And I guess bring up is to rear, as in to raise something. It's good. Exec's helper is usually an assistant. Let's see. Verbal equivalent of tomato throwing. Maybe booing? I was kind of going through my head here and saying, will the BA work, OLOEINN, C and GE work, and with the exception of the NC, unless it's a French word of some sort, it feels like these are all usable. So I'm always looking for these patterns that may or may not work. Military address, no idea. Goes clubbing. Emulate Paul Simon in 1972 or Harry Styles in 2017. I think this is to go solo. Aware of as a plot, maybe in on. Okay, and Buck. Oh, I just spelled that wrong. I was going to say these are going to be Ohioans, but it ain't going to work with an E, and then I realized I spelled Valence wrong. Okay, so Buckeyes. Ohioans. Goes clubbing could be golfs. Language of much legalese. Yeah. Istimundus furiabundus, huh? Currency of Switzerland. And again, it was going to be a French word. So we have le franc. Stringed Indian instrument is a sitar. And Frank O'Hara is a poet in the New York School. But I don't know anybody that lets you get away with just calling them Sarge in the United States Army anyway. Goes like a weasel. Do you think you see it in there? I think I'm seeing Pops. Pop goes the weasel. Cutting onomatopoeia, and I think this would be a snip. And that does just kind of hurt to say it, doesn't it? Nickname for Oliver Cromwell. I think we're talking about Ironsides. And get my fingers back on the correct keys here. Noted example of French Gothic architecture. And I know you see this in there. Give you a hint if you don't. Gold in Galicia. All right, so we're going to be talking about Oro here, but yeah, I'm on it. I think we're talking about Le Notre Dame. And please tell me this is ZZ Top. No, it's just up top. I don't think I've seen ZZ Top in a grid in decades, so I would love to see that. Trumpet flourish. Why can I not remember this? Let's see. Acorns, I guess, for squirrels. Pounded taro dish, yes, at every Every luau, get ready for the poi. Leaves might get stuck in its teeth. And it's just maybe a rake. Invites along for. Invites, past tense, somebody asks to. Deserves, maybe. Earns. Just about or so. Less interesting, could be drier. This is a really easy puzzle, but it's not boring. Not buy, perhaps. We're going to try to rent that then. Curly hairstyle for short. I think we're probably talking about a fro. And title for Jackie or Jill. So maybe First Lady. It's good. Not very bright. Dim. Talkative bird. Oh, I never can remember how to spell that bird. I'm just crazy. Hasty escape would be the lamb. You said it. Amen. It was in. We had amen probably every other day for a long time. Site for a cliff dwelling. I mean, it's clearly probably a mesa. So how did we do today, Bob? Oh, good. Well, to all of you, cheers. And if you get a chance to grab a hold of one of these bottles of Sommerlust, Domine Trocken 2021, I would strongly suggest you do so. It is a really good, clean little wine. About €8 here in Bavaria. So, what are you going to do? Drink more of it. That's what I'm going to do. We're probably going to have that whole bottle tonight, maybe. Anyway. Just really, this was a fabulous and easy, yes, but fabulous puzzle. If you would have had a hard time coming up with Echo brand shoes, you would have certainly gotten it on the downs, right? It seems like everything here was certainly gettable, doable, and I enjoyed it immensely. So off with you now, and let's. Let me just say, again, thank you. This morning, it literally got me choked up reading some of the comments and seeing how the subscribers are just are coming here and liking what they're seeing and settling in with our little community. And it seems so interactive, and I just love hearing from you. But tell me what challenges you had. Tell me how fast you went through. One of our viewers last night was explaining that it took him about 5 minutes or so to complete it, but then they fat-fingered something somewhere. And just sharing that, right? You finished the whole puzzle in 5 minutes, but one little error somewhere that wasn't even due to ignorance. It was just because you fat-fingered a key. Can be so mentally debilitating, right? And that can be a real chore. But dude, share it with me. I guarantee you. You've either seen me do it on this channel myself, or I'll finish an entire puzzle and accidentally leave one of the squares blank and I not realize what happened. It just does. It just happens that way. So it is what it is. But do share. Talk to us, right? And let's talk back to you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone at some point. Don't know how that was going to work, but who knows? Maybe we'll have to have a series of events from here to Timbuktu. I do travel an awful lot, so if I'm going to be in your area, maybe we can have a glass of wine and wind down over a puzzle. Anyway, hey, it's always great to see everybody. You're just flooding my heart with joy every day, and thank you for that. Until tomorrow, we do the Wednesday Mini and the Wednesday Grid and get those posted. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Servus, grüß Gott, ciao, tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, Cin-Cin. Take care.